Hello, everyone. This is Nair Martinez once again.
Hi, this is Chris Godinez. Kumusta po mga kaibigan?
And let's say hello to our friends.
The Talk of the Town team is here.
Yes. So we want to hear them.
Ricky.
Kirilera, yes.
Hey.
Kumusta po?
And we still have another one.
Noel Pangilinan po, ang inyong lingkod.
And of course, we have in our control booth,
Ralph Sampson.
are you here? Of course, you should be.
Hello. Yes, I'm in the control booth.
All
Okay,
right.
everybody, welcome back to our show. And this is Talk of the Town. Okay,
Talk of
we
the-
are in the midst of the summer heat wave. And we've had so many things happening since the last time we've met, right, Chris? And
Yes.
it's
And
been
a lot hotter, I think.
a lot hotter, and especially
I know.
now.
Anong panama natin sa init usually? Di ba? Pag mainit sa Pilipinas, ano yung panabla natin doon? There.
Ice candy.
Halo-halo.
Halo, yes. And that's why we have our summer halo special.
Right.
It's So with Kwentuhan, and we'll tell you about things that have happened in our neck of the woods and what fun stuff that we have for everybody.
So before we go into that, let's just in case you missed it, let's just talk about our last episode where we featured a lot of business-minded Filipinos.
Entrepreneurs. That's I hope you enjoyed that episode. But if you want to watch that episode again, it's going to be in our website www.pinoylife.net.
Right.
And of course, we also have our YouTube channel. So don't forget to watch out for all these episodes that you missed.
All right.
Diba?
Siyempre. And alam nyo na, pag June, special ang June para sa ating mga Filipinos. So let's get the ball rolling with the various Philippine Independence Day celebrations. Let's start with the one in New York City. Nair.
Oh, of course. Yeah. The Independence Day Parade celebration was on the first Sunday of June in New York City, June 2. We started off with a mass flag racing, and then everyone got ready for the parade. So it kicked off at 12 o'clock along Madison Avenue going down to 27th Street. And then we had our street festival and a very, very nice cultural festival featuring Nonoy Suniga, Fourth Impact, and of course our local talents. And then our special guest for this year is the Kuyamis Festival Street Dancers from Misamis Oriental.
Wow.
Daming mga nangyari June 2. Yeah.
Meron pa bang ibang Philippine Independence Day celebrations sa ibang lugar sa New York or New Jersey?
Yeah, marami. Like, it's so amazing that pretty much all corners of New York State, upstate, downstate, the west of New York, and even in Albany. We also had something in Albany as well. But maybe we can, let's see. Oh, it's a down south. We also had something in Staten Island and Jersey City, of course, with Bascom. And maybe Ricky can help us out. Ricky, kwento naman dyan.
Sa Staten Island, this is their second annual celebration ng Independence Day, and this was held on June 8. And ang nag-host ng Independence Day Parade is yung PICOC. This is the second year. Maganda rin yung first year nila. And then yung second year, syempre, they learned some lessons doon sa nauna, kanya madaming taong nagpagpuntahan rin, and si Deputy Consul General Adi Cruz ang nandoon representing the Philippine Consulate, no? And then may mga performers din sila. I think nandun din yung from BBAC, nagsayaw din sila ron. And madaming vendors. Paris din ng sa Manhattan. Pero syempre mas malaki sa Manhattan, no? Yung masaya ang celebration dito sa Staten Island.
And what about the one in Jersey City? It's PAFCOM, the Philippine American Friendship Community. I think theirs was on June 23rd, but it was a super duper hot day. But likewise, it was very, very well attended. Marami rin silang flutes and festival dancers and syempre pagkain. And their headliner, would you believe it was a comedian from the Philippines? She was so funny, according to them, si Ai de las Alas.
Wow.
Kilala mo ba yun?
Talagang mga marquee marquee featured guests. So that's fantastic.
Doon din nga pala sa Staten Island, madami din mga performers doon, and siyempre mga non-Filipinos na umattend, no? Nagulat sila na mayroon pala tayong mga indigenous people na ganong mga costume nila, So I think next year lalong lalaki itong celebration sa Staten Island.
And not only that, so that was the west side of New York City, we have south of New York City and north of New York City. We also had another Independence Day celebration, which is called Kalayaan 1521. And maybe Noe can tell us more about it. Noe.
Yes, I heard maraming kababayan natin na nagpunta, kababayan natin from Southern New York at Jersey City, nagpuntahan sila lahat sa Albany to participate in the Independence Day celebration doon. The commemoration is actually the 126th anniversary of Philippine independence was organized by the Kalayaan 1521 Council. It was held at Albany's Washington Park.
And also shout out to our president pala, PIDCI, Armand David, and our Grand Marshal, a very, very beautiful and young Charina Amunategi.
And talagang yung determination nila na tunsad din yung yung parada at saka celebration. Ang lakas ng ulan doon,
I heard, yeah.
Ang kung nga lang, siguro may divine intervention din dahil nung umaga hanggang magsimula ang parada, malakas ang ulan. Pero nung nagpaparada na, yun, talagang umaraw at medyo madami rin taong may mga festival dancers din, pati mga vendors.
Mm-hmm. That is what you call the Filipino resilience.
Yes.
Rain or shine.
Yes. Yeah. Rain or shine, right. Yeah.
And there was another event. It was sponsored by the New York City government. It's at flag racing, Bowling Green. It's near the Wall Street Bowl. It happened June 17. The Consul General was also there. And then the Deputy Mayor Maria Springer, who's a Phil-Am, represented our mayor. And then there were a lot of speakers. And then a singer, Gracia Daya, was there. And then Bebop was also there to perform. And I think they wowed the New York downtown crowd with their talent and with their, it was first time for the downtown New Yorker to see rival dances. And then ano pa ba? Oh, end of June, I'm sorry. But the Philippine Consulate General under the auspices of the Philippine Consulate, they also had their pistahan ng bayan. What it did, they wanted to bring back the fiesta flavor. There was a stage, there were games, basketball games. There were traditional Filipino games, patinteriata, and then I forgot what the name of the game was. They had a lot of community organizations who brought food. Walang bayad dito ha, no entry. They had food, and of course outside the main festival area, there were vendors who also participated, and again, they also had a very good um, lineup of performers for that day. Like the one what happened in Albany, although patapos na yung araw, medyo umulan, but tuloy pa rin ang lagaya. Sa pistahan ng bayan, it was at Lincoln Park in Jersey City by Westside Avenue. Yun.
Hindi lang yun. Bago na nag-hold yun, yung sa pistahan ng bayan, ang JCI, Philippine New York, no? Hinost nila yung world president and the executive vice president ng USJCs, no? And this was really a very, very hectic event because 2 days yun, no? It started with a 5K run sa Central Park, and then sunundan ng tree planting, sort of parang stewardship ng mga puno na nasa Queens, no, actually sa Long Island City. And then after that, syempre nagkaroon ng lunch, and then pumunta sa Times Square, where nandoon yung doon sa Jumbotron ba ang tawag doon, yung
giant billboard.
Billboard, yes. Lumabas ang JCI doon, international, no, and yun nga yung launching ng International Human Duty Day na inaano nila, sinasuggest nila sa United Nations na gawing official yon every July 10. And after that, after ng Times Square, napunta rin sila sa socials. I think, Ner, nakadalo ka ron, hindi ba?
Yep, yes. I was able to attend. In fact, I hosted at socials, and it was really, really international. I met JC from Ecuador, Venezuela, India, and then other foreign countries like Iowa. No, just kidding. But yeah, she was there. Nikki was there, and then it was held at the rooftop of Margaritaville right smack in Times Square. So that was in June, I think. No, July na yata yung June, di ba?
Yeah, it was June 27.
Pero alam mo, Ricky, Chris, Noel, marami pa rin nangyari. Because if you trivia question, what is June 19?
Of course, yan yung
yes, that is the birth of the
Jose
national hero Jose Rizal. And in June 19, there was a joint induction ceremony for the Knights of Rizal of New York, the Metropolitan, I believe, and of course the Ladies for Rizal. It was at the Kalayan Hall. It was very, very well attended. And then there was a special performance by the kids from Songspell, they were very, very well. Maganda yung performance nila. And this is the Philippine Heritage Center. Congratulations to the president, Fred Thomas. Congratulations, Fred. Okay, dami-dami.
Talagang full pack ang month of June. Yeah.
Yeah, and considering that we're in July pa lang, so hindi pa tapos ang summer, and we will have more events later. But naiinitan na ba kayo? Nagugutom ba kayo?
napaka-busy ng June, and it seems like there's a trend that Independence Day celebrations are celebrated in various smaller communities around the Northeast. So people in New Jersey City and in other towns in New Jersey, upstate New York, they have their own. It's not just, although the Manhattan Independence Day Parade is the big one.
Yes.
smaller Filipino groups, smaller communities celebrate their own, and it fosters more intimacy and unity, within the Filipino community, kanya-kanyang rediscovery of our history. So busy talaga ang June, and kapag busy, syempre kailangan ng fuel, um, kailangan natin pag-usapan din yung pagkain.
Right. And even before
Part
we
of
talk
any
about,
Filipino celebration eh.
yeah, and even before we talk about that, we have a special guest. Diba? Like we did an interview a month ago or two, and he is here now to talk about the hospitality industry. And let me give you a quick intro. He is originally from San Miguel, Malacanang, Manila, and he is a nature lover. He loves nature lover. And he loves to travel and is into real estate. His hobbies are basketball and hiking, music, and easy listening, new wave, and watching movies. And ano pa ba to? Marami. He loves trying different cuisines. He is actually worked in the finance industry of the hospitality industry for so long. He was a finance officer for the Carlisle Hotel. He was at the Sheraton LaGuardia East in Flushing, and now he's a director of finance at the Sheraton in Weehawken. And then we interviewed him, and then just to give our viewers like what kind of life it is in the hospitality industries and what opportunities are available to our kababayans if they want to make a career as well in the hospitality industry. So, Chris, let's welcome our featured guest. Our special guest today is the Director of Finance and Controller of the Sheraton in Weehawken, New Jersey. Please welcome Arnold De Jesus.
Thanks, Naren. Thanks, Chris, for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you guys.
Okay, so Arnold, how did you get into the hotel industry?
I've been in the hotel industry for 20 years. I started with the Carlisle after I came to the United States. I was hired as a staff accountant, and after about a year, I got promoted to chief accountant, and I was basically I served the corporate office, which was Rosewood Hotels, in many of its acquisitions and partnerships with other hotels all over the United States and internationally. And after that, I moved to the restaurant industry and back to the hotel industry with the Sheraton, Marriott, which is the Marriott brand.
Wow, so 20 years. Is there any specific experience that stands out in your career for the past 20 years in the hotel industry?
I guess it comes out naturally, right? It's all about hospitality. I mean, I'm a friendly person, and I love dealing with guests. Pretty much, I'm in finance. I've been in finance, but part of my success I can attribute to to my ability to work with operations very well.
Tell us about your journey to the United States. When you first came, tell us a little bit about your transition as an immigrant into the United States.
Family got petitioned by my grandmother, so we started off in Guam. I stayed in Guam for about 2 years before I made the decision to come here to my grandmother. But when I was in Guam, I worked for 2 hotels there, which was Pia Marine Hotel and Onward Beach Resort. So I guess that helped me a little bit when I got here because they were looking for hotel experience in general.
What year did you arrive in the United States, in the mainland?
In the mainland, it was year 2000.
Okay.
Already in 2024.
Yeah.
Being the controller and the director of finance, I know you also were at the Sheraton LaGuardia.
Correct.
So how did you get to the Sheraton Weehawken?
Well, it was basically the commute part that made me move here. Because I live in New Jersey, so it was better geographically for me.
There are a lot of opportunities for Philips to be working at the hospitality industry, especially at your level or maybe at the hotel
Operation.
setting.
Yes, there are a lot of opportunities, and the key is, and for any HRM film graduates or anybody who wishes to work in the hotel industry, my suggestion is to put their foot on the door, and basically work from there. You won't be able to move up in the hotel industry unless you have experiences in different departments. So when you get hired as a front desk agents, for example, you can go to housekeeping and or food and beverage. Pretty much it enriches your skill levels and your ability to understand the dynamics of the business. I would say all general managers in the hotel industry have at least 3 interdepartment experiences.
What is your typical day like? Is it full of numbers and meetings and stuff?
Well, the numbers is like it's always at the back of my head, right? And I should know our position at any given point in time. But besides that, I always go to morning meetings. I have to understand what's going on in the hotel, whether there's repairs needed or a difficult guest, because everything is money. So I have to everybody has to be on the same page at all times, and that's pretty much my daily task, to work with everybody.
I see. So you don't face the challenge of dealing with difficult guests, lost hotel keys, luggage, and all those. You don't do
Not directly, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I just get involved when there's money involved. And of course I'm the one who deals with the ownership. So it's important for me to understand what's going on.
Arnold, you're also involved in 2 niche businesses, right? It's like the substratum business and accounting services, as well as the Jesus Real Estate Holdings.
Correct, yes.
Could you tell us more about that?
Sure. I started the substratum accounting services back in 2014 when I was controller for the Gotham City Group, which was a restaurant group in Manhattan. So the president of the company has another business, right? His wife owns another restaurant in the village, and they needed help. So he talked to me. He goes, you can be like Vilardi. There's another company called Vilardi and Company, which is another niche business within the hospitality industry. So he told me to consider doing something like that, and I did. So after I incorporated that business, I was able to serve Extroversion Restaurant for a good 8 years and a half. Then I got another gym called Punch Fitness, which also serves a lot of high-end clientele in the Upper East Side. And I just found it very interesting because it's in my field.
So in a sense, you leveraged your network and your skill set to set up your own business.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's mostly the case, right?
Right. Yeah. The real estate business.
Well, the real estate business just started last year. Every there's a lot of Airbnb these days, right? So I figured that if I open up a business in real estate, I could start something like that. So I bought a property somewhere in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Still city.
Yes, it's still a city, and I believe that it will, regain its former glory someday.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started there, and I bought a couple of properties in New Mexico, close to Albuquerque.
Tell us about what the business was like when the pandemic hit.
Oh, I was with the Radisson JFK Hotel at that time.
At the time.
Yes, I was the director of finance there for 3 years. It was very tough, because there was no demand, and there were a lot of employees. We laid off more than half of them. We had to pay the property taxes for the hotel, and basically all our obligations. So we had to take extreme measures. I was able to convince our ownership to a lot of contracts with the city. That was the way to go back then, because it was survival of the fittest, and we were able to manage.
Here, the Sheraton, do you have a lot of Philippines also working here, or?
Yes, we do have a lot of films, and they're very, very, very talented. And we have a lot of co-workers whose wives or husbands are Filipinos.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So do they bring adobo to lunch?
Oh, yes, they love it.
They always do.
they love our food because, and most of our employees are, Spanish too, so we can relate.
Yeah, I'm just curious, is the hospitality industry in the U.S. also recognizing Filipino cuisine in a different way over the past couple of years? There seems to be a bit more interest in Filipino cuisine, in recent years. So, have you seen that in your
Yes,
industry?
yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure, especially when I was at the Carlisle, our general manager back then was very, very, he's very cultured. He loves cuisine of different backgrounds. At one time we served adobo at the
Carlisle?
At the Carlisle?
Yes, and we also had calamansi juice. We called them Pinoy lemonade at one point.
Right.
At least before I left, that's what I.
And how was the reception? I mean, how was that received?
It was great. I mean, people love to try different food.
Any more thoughts on how you can transpose the experiences, the knowledge that you have acquired here in the United States to benefit the Philippines?
Yes, I mean, again, it's all about the right formulas, right? When it comes to business, there's no company in the world that grows by itself alone. So you need participation of investors, the support of the government, and the support of many people who share the same vision.
So Arnold, that was a very, very interesting conversation about your journey with the hotel industry, the hospitality, and would you be able to give advice to audience who may want to follow your steps into the hotel industry?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, hospitality industry is a very, very open industry, right? Unlike hotel industry, it's actually very interesting in a way that, if you love to travel, this is for you. If you love meeting people and sharing cultures, this is your place. There's a lot of avenues in this industry. It's not just in finance. You can be a general manager of any hotel. You can be a director of sales, and you can open up your own business and serve the hotel industry. If you're a housekeeper, you can open up your own laundry company and make contracts with hotels.
After what we went through during the pandemic, what do you think would be the prospects for businesses trying to enter this industry, or those who are already in hospitality industry?
Well, after the pandemic, right, we've gone to the bottom, so now everything is going up.
Oh.
The investors are now lining up.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes,
You should invest.
right.
Thank you for all those interesting insights. I mean, that would
set a lot of people to, talk about, a lot of things about the business and, some ideas to enter into the business and the industry.
Thank you for allowing me to share it with you guys.
And maybe you can invite them to stay at the Sheraton.
Oh yes, to our viewers, please stay at the Sheraton whenever you come in Weehawken.
Perfect view.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Arnold.
That was Arnold De Jesus, Director of Finance and Controller of Sheraton Hotels in Weehawken, New Jersey, sharing his experiences in the hospitality industry in the United States. This is Chris Godinez.
And Mayor Martinez for
Talk of the Town.
Okay, thank you very much. Wasn't that a very interesting conversation?
Yes, it was a look at how immigrants build new lives, new careers, and expand and grow in a very competitive environment like the United States, and especially in finance. So, moving on, before we go to our immigration roundup, just a quick update I want to share with our viewers. I just wanted to let everybody know that the Biden Immigration Relief Program that grants parole in place for undocumented persons will start being implemented on August 19. So the USCIS will be receiving and accepting applications under the Biden Parole in Place program beginning August 19. More information on that in our roundup coming up. Starting August 19, USCIS will begin accepting parole-in-place applications that will help over 500,000 undocumented persons to eventually apply for a green card without leaving the United States. Hi, I'm Christina Godinez. I'm a U.S. immigration attorney with nearly 20 years of experience working on marriage and family immigration cases for non-citizens worldwide. Although you can start preparing the documents to support your application, you cannot apply for this process at this time. Watch out for persons not authorized to practice law who rush you into signing papers and paying fees on false promises to get you a work permit, a green card, or to somehow legalize your status. If qualified, you would be granted parole, allowing you to remain in the U.S. for a one-time period of 3 years. You may also be granted permission to work in the U.S. Being granted parole under this program also means you may be able to apply for a green card while in the U.S. You will qualify for this benefit if, as of June 17, 2024, you meet the following requirements. 1. You are a spouse or a qualified stepchild of a U.S. citizen who entered the U.S. without permission. 2. You have been living in the U.S. continuously for at least 10 years. And 3. You have no criminal record or you are not a threat to national security or public safety. As the non-citizen spouse, you will need to start gathering documents such as your marriage certificate, evidence of your spouse's U.S. citizenship, and documents that show you have been present in the United States for a continuous period of at least 10 years. For the non-citizen stepchild, you will also need to prepare the child's birth certificate or adoption decree. For more information about the Biden Parole in Place program, visit ChristinaGodinez.com. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Pero Chris, I know this next portion of our program, we are going to explore, or you and Noel are going to help us explore the various cuisine during your food trip to the Philippines. And
what trip to the Philippines is not a food trip? Lahat ng food
correct,
lahat ng trip sa Pilipinas, it will always end up being a food trip because that's how we are. We express our love. That's our love language, food.
Yeah, and I think it's about time that the Filipino cuisine, the Filipino dishes are really elevated on the world stage. And I hope this food trip video that you prepared with you and Noel will do wonders for the Philippine palate in the world stage.
Here it is. Hi. We're here at top of the town. We are at Cantina de Picari. And we'd like to know more about Cavite cuisine and this concept of terno, tono. So can you tell us more about it, Tita?
Okay, terno, tono, we serve it with curry, with adobo seca, kilawin papaya, and bagoong. Terno, tono, ibig sabihin, nakainin mo siya nang hindi ka mauumay kundi masasarapan ka. So meron din kaming other terno, no? Pwede kang, kunyari, nilagang baka with matching salsa de derentera, with matching torta.
Kaya merong yung pesang manok with yung system de karahay, yung kabawali, yan ang match niya. So ata paksiw na pata, yung match niya yung dilis. Kasi with
So ibig sabihin may ulam na pinapare sa ibang ulam.
Yeah. Yung complementary sila. Yung
Ganun
masarap.
kaluho
Kamat sila. Terno.
Palaging dalawa.
Oo.
At hindi nila inuulit yung ulam sa para sa hapunan.
Bakit mo naging Tres Marias?
Kasi tatlo sila eh. Usually, kasi kumbaga classic na terno yan eh. Kumbaga, kare-kare, adobo seca, kilawin. Yan naging classic kay tatlo. So, Tres Marias ang tawag nila dyan.
Pero lang.
Okay. Yun lang kasi curious kami dun sa idea ng tono, terno. Na dito lang, apparently, dito lang natin nakita sa Cavite cuisine. So what makes Cavite cuisine unique?
Must be the authentic taste na meron ng Cavite.
Kasi siguro namana namin sa mga Spanyol.
Kaya meron kaming rocks.
Yung pangalan ng mga ulam, pangalan na kalaw sa lingwaheng Chabacano.
Kano yan.
Atingin nyo na lang yung viewers natin ng Chabacano.
Buenas personas. Ganito na Cavite City. Chichen tiempo. Ang dati na bibita para probahin mga authentic na kusina di Tita A. Mga kusina Chabacano, kusina Caviteño.
Okay.
Maraming salamat.
See you here in Cantina de Tita A. Yours truly.
Masarap dito, masarap.
Okay.
So start po tayo sa 4 seasons of cuisine. Number 1 is the Caleldo, which is the Lenten season. Kapampangan's po are very strict when it comes to fasting, pag-aayuno, pagdating na Ash. So as early as Ash Wednesday, hindi na po kami kumakain ng meat. Yes, then we have the Kauran, which is the rainy season. Very abundant po sa atin nun ang mga wetlands natin, so mga fish. Then sa Kanawan is the harvesting season, so dyan po lumalabas yung edible crickets natin, edible frogs, and very abundant naman po yung mga highlands, so mga crops po, tuloy-tuloy po yung mga crops natin. Then we have the Kapaskuan, which is the Christmas season. Ang dish po, may mga certain kinds of dish po, doon lang nakikita sa Christmas po. Sample po sa Dilagang Pasko. This is called the swam mais or corn soup. Yes po, because dito po sa Mexico, we're the leading producers of rice and corn. So, one of the leading po. Mas ano na po magalang, but ever since po, corn ang product ng Mexico. So may mais festival po kami talaga dito. Yeah. Then we have the bringhe.
Yes.
We call it Arroz de Valenciana sa ibang lugar. Why? Because of the paella. Because paella is from Valencia, Spain. Pero dahil po wala tayong saffron style na yun when the Spanish came, Kapampangan are very prideful in their cooking. So kung ano yung makuha nila sa backyard nila. So we have the bobotong asan. Originally it's hito, pero we use bangus. Discovered around 1930 from Pandabo, Pampanga. Then we have the morcon. We know it as beef pag morcon. Pag ground pork po siya is embutido. But sa amin po, it's pork morcon talaga. Giniling. This is a very special Christmas dish. Why po? Kasi it has chorizo de bilbao and queso de bola. And the asadong matwa, traditional old style asado. This is chicken breast po. Why ganyan yung kulay? Because my mother po never uses tomato sauce. Traditionally freshly chopped tomatoes pa rin po. Then we have the ukoy, papaya fritters. Pero kaya po sweet yung sa amin because meron po siyang kalabasa. Nakapampangan samgis, buro, and mustasa. So bago pa po binalot yung kimchi sa lettuce, binabalot na po namin yung buro sa mustasa. Then for the rainy season, we have the very abundant catfish. Then we have the longganisang Kapampangan. The difference from Ilocos and Quezon is longganisa is garlicky and salty. But sa amin po Kapampangan, longganisa is sweet. So we have the sisig. But the original sisig was already existing around 1700. Trivia po, sisig is not a dish, but a Kapampangan word literally meaning to eat something sour. So, pag ang sisig po is hindi maasim, hindi po siya considered the sisig. Kasi that's the essence po ng sisig, kumain kayo ng maasim. Then we have the calderetang baka from the Spanish. Then is the tintad, Kapampangan dinuguan. Kaya po tintad, from the word is tintad, tinadtad, chunks of meat. Kaya po yun. What gives it the distinctive flavor is the acidity of the vinegar. Then we have the tibok-tibok.
Yes!
Yes! Originally it's galapong, but alam naman po natin, it takes minimum 2 hours to produce galapong. So, nag-innovate po si Mami. Ginawa po niya pamalit sa galapong is gatas ng kalabaw. Why tibok-tibok? It's because pag maluluto na po ang mixture, tumitibok-tibok po, the love of Kapampangan for their cooking. Then we have the San Nicolas. San Nicolas came from the name of the patron, San Nicolas de Tolentino, Italy. The patron saint po ng the sick, the souls in purgatory, children, and bakers. This is the first lesson we got from the Spanish in cooking. So ano po ang dala ng Catholicism? They built houses and churches. So yung egg yolk, yung semento po ng adobe is egg white. Malaking spoilage po nagkakaroon, egg yolk.
Hindi ba gagawin yung leche flan yun?
Ang first lesson nga po, ma'am, na tinuro ng Spanish nun and Spanish friars is the panicillo, the small bread of San Nicolas, yes.
Ay, ayun na, lumapot na,
Titibok na yung puso mo.
Tumiti.
Tibok na yung puso ko at sisig na yung panandam. Tibok-tibok ang gagawan.
kuha mo yun?
Nakuha ko pero di ko alam ano ibig sabihin.
Ano ibig sabihin po nun?
Ang tibok ng aking puso at whisper of my mind. Tibok-tibok na ginagawa ko. Dapat ninyo natin man. Yun ang gusto sabihin. Sa grandfather ko yun.
Oh wow. Ayan na. Ipe-plate na ni Aching Lilian.
Sabi ko sa inyo, madali lang eh. Oh.
Ow! Ang sarap naman!
That was a bit of a throwdown because the first leg of the trip was searching for authentic Cavite City cuisine. And eventually, because Noel's side of the family is based in Pampanga, how can you not go to Pampanga in search of authentic Filipino cuisine? So that's when Aching Lilian presented us with all those wonderful dishes. So it was a bit of a throwdown with the guests. Was it Cavite City cuisine versus Pampanga cuisine? Well, either way, it was fantastic. At this point, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Lead Consulting, Philippine Daily Mirror, Kababayan Media, Design District Studios, and our growing community of lifers who continue to support us and promote our show to friends and family. Nair?
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel or visit our website, pinoylife.net. And of course, we're also on YouTube. Please visit us and at pinoylife.net. And then for sure, you'll get a lot of information from those two sites. And we are going to have more stuff for you in our upcoming episodes. And of course, we'd like to thank everyone and for your support. And tutok lang kayo, balik kayo ulit. And then just one quick pahabol. There were 5 actors and actresses who were bestowed Lifetime Achievement Award from the Eddies. It's the Entertainment Editors Awards in the Philippines. Nova Villa, Gina Alahar, of course, Leo Martinez, and Dito Lapid, and Eva Darren. So, congratulations to all those Lifetime awardees. Mabuhay kayong ang pelikulang Pilipino. On a high note, and let's just say, kain-kain, puntahan, kaininan, and I hope you enjoyed our summer Halo special. Chris, we'd like to say good night and see you next time.
Yes.
And what do we say? Let's keep talking.
Okay, so that wraps up another episode of Talk of the Town. Stay tuned to our Facebook page for updates and upcoming episodes. On behalf of Ricky Villera for Balitaan, Professor Noel Pangilinan for Rewind, Lambert Parang for Community Buzz, Ralph Sampson in our broadcast and live stream studio at Design District Studios in New Jersey. This is Chris Godinez and
Nair Martinez. Keep cool.
Have a great week ahead, guys.